welcome to Your Day Extra. I'm your host, Alex King, and I'm joined by Andy Gonzalez, our executive producer here for Your Day, and our digital producer. Sorry, I didn't let you speak, Andy. Go
Hello.
ahead.
This is what my voice sounds like for people listening.
We're about to have 30 minutes of talking. And Max Shilling, our digital producer. You see all the funny memes, all of the wonderful posts on Your Day social media. That's our guy. So we are gonna, we're your Dayton podcast, breaking down local stories and national headlines. We're gonna dive right in. We'll start with Andy. We're talking Netflix and not chilling.
Yeah, this we knew was in the works for a while, but unfortunately the day has come where Netflix is cracking down on password sharing. So starting soon, if you do not live in the same household as where you get your Netflix, you will have to pay an extra $8. So if you're sharing your account, get ready to pay a little bit more.
So that's not active yet.
I don't know because I don't get billed
Like,
Netflix.
I think it's starting very soon. I don't know an exact date, but I know that they're ready. They've been talking about it for a while. It's happening soon. Do you guys use someone else's account?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm a millennial. I don't
Fair
pay for
enough.
Netflix.
Yeah, that's why I've been on my parents' account always and forever, and knowing them, they will be willing to pay the extra $8. But I feel like, what's the point if it's only $8?
I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I believe they're actually going to go through with it.
Yeah, because
I
they've been
still
all
have my
talk for a
doubts.
while.
Well, if they do go through with it, there's really no downside. Because the people that aren't paying for Netflix aren't going to be paying for it.
Yeah.
And I feel like between the different streaming sites that are available now, I just feel like I don't use Netflix as much as I used to. So I just don't really feel like they're going to benefit much from this if they really do decide to go through with it.
No, because the thing is, there's just so much more competition now than there was back when they started. You know, now there's Hulu, there's HBO Max, which I'm not calling Max.
I'd appreciate it if you did.
No. There's Disney, there's Paramount, Amazon. There's
Peacock. There's so many.
Yeah, they just reinvented cable at this point.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, we watch so many different streaming sites. Apple TV, that's like one of our favorites right now because they have just been killing it with the shows and movies lately. So it's going to be interesting. What's a show you guys are watching right now?
The Walking Dead, and it's taken me a while.
Oh, did you just start it or are you rewatching it?
I just started it.
Okay.
I think I'm on like season 5 or so.
Oh,
season 6. I'm a
wow.
good chunk through, but
It's a lot.
it's a lot. And
yeah.
I might lose the Netflix before I finish it.
You have to
Don't
hurry.
lose the
You gotta
Netflix.
hurry.
Yeah, that's fair. What are you watching?
I'm rewatching the last season of Righteous Gemstones because the new season comes out now in June, so need to refresh my memory
Love
about that. And that's on HBO, not on Netflix, because
Exactly.
Netflix is losing so much content.
It really is. And maybe that is the point of why they're doing this, but still, it just seems a bit silly. Yeah, I am rewatching so many different shows right now because I can't find a show, at least a new show, that I'm really enjoying. I'm watching Citadel. I think that's on Prime, but it's one of where they release it each week. So I hate that there's so many streaming sites are doing that right now.
Yeah. It's funny because Netflix started the whole putting out the entire season all at once, and now they're going back to releasing weekly episodes. Again, they're reinventing cable.
Yeah.
Although I do
Definitely.
wonder, so none of us pay for Netflix, correct?
Nope, I don't.
I'm pleading the fifth, but I know.
We do pay for other streaming services in our household.
So
but-
once you lose Netflix, will you rebuy it? Will you buy it back for yourself?
I mean, I'll probably just ask my parents to pay for the $8, and then I can just send them the $8 a month if I need to.
Yeah, because $8 is still cheaper than their actual plan.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so stupid.
It really is.
It makes no sense,
I
but
feel like everyone's frustrated about this.
it is. But here's the thing: more than 100 million households have access to Netflix because they're sharing. So they're thinking they're going to get all these people, 100 million people to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess 100 million people paying $8. That's a good chunk of change. And Blockbuster is throwing some shots, too.
Yeah, they are. So they just tweeted out, I think today, You know, when you used to rent videos from us, we didn't care who you shared it with, as long as you returned it on time.
I love that. Blockbuster, slow
Good job.
claps for you. Slow claps for you.
We chose the wrong horse in that one, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. All right, and speaking of movies, Max.
All right, so the Barbie movie. Everyone's been talking about it. I didn't actually know the plot until they just released a new trailer for it. And yeah, the trailer shows Barbie and Ken. They're in Barbie world. Everything is perfect until one day it's not. And they decide to go to the real world. And they experience the real world. Apparently, Will Ferrell is playing the head of the toy company. So Barbie is a toy in this movie. And Will Ferrell says, we need to put her back into Barbie world. It looks like a very interesting film.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of controversy around the casting as well.
Yeah, so Andy and I watched the trailer before we came on here because we had to catch up and make sure we really knew what was going on. The trailer is hilarious.
It is. I was telling you right before we started, it has kind of a "Don't worry, darling" vibe to
Very
it.
much.
Does. Just driving through the desert and
Driving through the desert, everything's perfect
uniform.
until it's not.
Yep. Exactly. I agree, but I am looking forward to seeing it. Are you guys going to watch it?
100%. I'm watching that and then Oppenheimer same day.
Same day. Me too.
I'm ecstatic. I'm glad they couldn't change dates.
I know. That just seems like the perfect combination of movies. Mm-hmm. But which do you see first?
I think Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I was going to say I think most people see that first.
I'm opposite. I want to see Barbie first and then just get depressed.
So
I don't know. I just
fair.
love that.
You're going to watch a comedy
Yes.
and then get depressed.
Yeah, why not?
I feel like most people really like to do it the other way around.
Yeah,
but okay,
that's
to each their
my
own.
thought.
You know,
So how do you guys feel about this cast? Because I love Margot Robbie. Love her.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's a fabulous actress. Ryan Gosling, I think he's a great actor. However, I just don't see him. He's not my Ken. He's not my Ken.
That's a hot
He's so
take.
overrated.
is it?
Hang on.
He's a great actor, but I just don't think he's very
I don't know if
attractive.
it's because I just came off of like the Ryan Gosling high, but I just watched La La Land. I watched Blade Runner. I'm all
He's
into
great,
him.
but he's just not.
He has range. I think he can pull it off.
He has range, but I kind of see where you're going with it.
Yeah, I would have
'Cause-
preferred Ryan Reynolds maybe.
Maybe.
I would argue
He's more of a Ken.
It depends on how this Ken is going to be portrayed. Is he
That's fair.
supposed to be a pretty boy, or is he supposed to be
Yeah.
kind of forcing it?
I will say in the trailer, he seems like he's gonna kill this part.
Yeah.
So
But I think it's the blonde hair. There's something
Yeah.
about him in the blonde hair that kind of throws me off and says fake. And you
But-
don't want that in the Barbie world. Because Margot Robbie is,
She
Barbie.
knows it.
she is.
She is
she
Barbie.
embodies Barbie.
yeah. So having someone play Ken that isn't totally Ken.
Is there anybody who you
I know.
can
I'm trying
think
to think
of?
of a blonde.
Because like Ryan Reynolds,
off
I
the
don't think
top
he
of my
fits it
head.
either.
I know. If Ryan Reynolds maybe if he just kept his brown hair.
Like, are there any blonde actors?
Is Ken even blonde? I don't know why. I feel like Ken
don't
is
know.
actually normally.
It's been a while since I played with my Barbies. You know, so I can't tell you.
Okay. Well, that's fair. I don't know. I'm trying to think about who.
Are there blonde
There's definitely blonde actors out there.
male
But-
actors?
I'm trying to think. There's a one guy from 90210. I can't think of his name.
Is it Zapta?
And
What?
the
No.
newer 90210.
Can we go with any, like, who plays Thor?
Oh,
I don't know. He's too manly, I feel like. Chris Hemsworth. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, controversial. Right? He's kind of controversial right now. What about his brother?
I could see Liam Hemsworth. Yeah, I could see him. Because he's a little bit, like, more lean. And,
Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
I feel like he could kind of bring that in between.
Maybe. I'm just.
That masculine / feminine, I guess, kind of energy that we need for Ken.
So I just want to throw this out there before we move on. What about Harry Styles?
I don't think
I couldn't see him as a blonde.
No.
Like the pretty boys.
I think he's too much of a pretty boy to
Too
do
much?
that. Yeah.
That would be interesting to see him like with his hair cut short and dyed blonde.
Well, it's more
I
like-
don't know.
I can't see him doing the whole beach body. Because Ken, you need the beach body California thing.
Yes.
And I don't think he can pull it off.
That's very true.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, moving on. All right. So my story is going to be teen accounts on Uber have officially launched this week in several cities. That's including here in Dayton, in Cincinnati, and Columbus. So you can find all this information on the Uber's website. But between school, practice, the mall, and friends, teens have places they need to go. And so, of course, do parents. So with a teen account, they'll have the freedom to request their own rides. And parents will be notified every time that they do. Teens will always be matched with highly rated and experienced drivers that must undergo a thorough background check. Whenever your teen requests a ride, you can follow their location directly in the app and get status updates with live trip tracking. And then teen trips are destination locked, so meaning that drivers can't change the destination of the trip, only your teen can. How do we feel about this?
As you were explaining all the details, I was just thinking I had a lot of questions about it.
Yeah.
You answered a lot of them. I think you need to have the very highly trained, the highly rated drivers because you don't want just some random dude
Yeah.
doing that.
I mean, it's still going to be random people, but it's just...
Yeah.
Like I still have my normal worries as far as Uber goes and any drive share. Like
Yeah.
even if they're out of practice and they say, okay, time to order my Uber, I'd still wonder, like, okay, are they going to be sitting there for like 30 minutes waiting for the car, and that comes with its other issues? Like,
Yep.
Overall, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like the millennial in me, you know how millennials are obsessed with watching their dogs
Yep.
while they're at work. I would want like a camera or something to be able to watch my teen get in the car and get out of the car at their destination.
Right? You would think as
That
a parent.
would probably
That could
be
be
the
done.
best. I think that would make me
Yes.
feel the best because tracking. I mean,
That hasn't happened before. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't stop things from happening.
exactly.
So I don't know. My issue is more from a driver's perspective. Why would you want teenagers in your car? Like, I hate going to the movies because there are teenagers there.
That's a good
You know,
point.
I still
I
use the phrase
agree.
teeny boppers. So, like, why would you want them and they're like grubby little fingers in your car? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
Like, I think the incentive is purely
to be
just
helpful.
more people.
Yeah,
It increases the quantity of people using the app.
yeah,
But there's a
So-
lot of people using the app already. Whenever I try to get Uber, it takes a while.
yeah. That's fair.
Because of there's a training background, I imagine it probably will cost a bit more, right?
Maybe.
I would hope so. For
At least in the
drivers.
beginning, probably until it feels a little bit normalized. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't trust this. If I were a parent, but the thing is like it's hard to understand the situation because there are parents that are really busy and maybe their teenager has a lot of stuff going on too. So it might be convenient to have that option. But I'm too paranoid. I'd be too nervous.
You wouldn't do this with your dog? Like take your dog to the park with an Uber? Bring him back?
Maybe that.
Give
but
Atlas to random people.
oh no, never would I ever put my dog in the car with a random person and just let him take. Oh, my baby. Someone offered to buy our dog yesterday while we were out walking, and we were like,
What?
no.
How much?
We did not. We didn't even get that far into the discussion. My husband was like, nope, we're going this way.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, but if you guys had teenagers, obviously none of us have kids, but if you could put your mind in the mind of a parent, would you do this?
If they're like 12, 13, absolutely not. But if they're 16, 17, even at this point 18, or if they're like juniors, seniors in high school, yeah, probably. Like if they're already going to be going out doing God knows what, this lets me know like the tracking part. You know a bit more of what they're doing, what they're up to. I think at that point, I probably would prefer this over them driving themselves in some situations.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, because teenagers are idiots, so at least they have an experienced person driving them, not
Yeah.
another one of their idiot friends or them. And that's my anti-teenagers high horse.
Yeah, I mean,
And my old man
no,
rant.
I know. No, I get that. And I don't know. I feel like I would rather just have a trusted, like, fellow parent friend that would be willing to do carpools or something and stick with that and call that a day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. We're going to move into something a little spooky now. Andy,
Yeah,
take
just
it
in
away.
time with nicer weather. So, would you guys go camping at the Conjuring House? Because right now, you can book a tent and go camping on the property of the original house that inspired the movie.
Absolutely.
Not.
No?
Yes, absolutely.
No.
I've done similar things to that just for fun.
Of course you. Oh my gosh. You know what? Andy, would you?
I would consider it. You know, growing up in Florida, we would take a couple road trips to St. Augustine, Florida, and they would have these ghost tours in the cemetery. I've always wanted to do it, but my little brother was too scared. And then my high school was allegedly haunted. So I've had a few experiences roaming the halls at night. And I will say it might be haunted. I'm not going to deny it. So I would
Interesting.
try it. It's to go gamping is what they call it, ghost camping. Starts at $300 a night. You spend the entire night on the property and get to like investigate throughout and wander around.
Cool.
It's really cool. But here's the thing. Like, it's one thing to be like, okay, this place is allegedly haunted. It might be haunted. But here, there's an actual movie based off of it. You have Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are the two most famous ghost hunters in the country, who have said, yeah, this is legit. Like, that has some legitimacy to it
Yeah.
that gives me some pause.
Alex, why not?
Well, number one, I don't believe in ghosts
So why not?
Yeah, why not?
because I don't even want to tempt it if there are ghosts out there.
But you don't believe
I'm
in
not
them.
gonna go. I'm not out here playing with Ouija boards and
But you don't believe in them.
trying to speak. I know, but it's that I don't want a reason to believe in them either. So I don't know. I just think well, first of all, my husband, his biggest fear is ghosts. So he is even more like, no way I am going anywhere near. My dad is he's like, let's go spend the night in a hospital. Like, my dad is insane about that stuff. And my husband's like, don't include me, don't count me in. But I am the same way. I'm like, I don't want to tempt it. I don't believe in ghosts because I've never experienced anything that would make me believe in ghosts. And I want to keep it that way.
I want to go there and I want to watch the movie while there. I think I don't believe in ghosts, and I just think it'd be very funny to go with people who do.
Yeah, that's
See,
fair.
you'll go there until you actually run into a ghost.
Oh, yeah, if it changes my mind,
Yeah.
more power to me.
I feel like the only way I'd enjoy it and have fun is if I am drinking, maybe. Just enjoying it.
That'd be
a little.
so fun.
Yeah. Maybe the ghosts can join in.
Oh, you gotta make some like ghost
Yeah.
themed drinks.
Who would you take if you guys were to go? You have set friends or family in mind?
Well, when I graduated college, me and all of my college buddies, we wanted to go on a camping trip, and they let me handle all of the planning, which was a mistake on their part, because I found this great cabin in the middle of the woods in Ohio, and there was no businesses or other houses within a 2-mile radius, and there was also no internet connection. So we got there, and I said, all right, guys, no phones, no cell service. You guys want to watch a horror movie? And they said no.
See, if I were one of your friends there, I would think this was the start of a slasher film, and you were there to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, the way you described this, like you perfectly planned this
Yeah.
out.
I did.
Makes it seem as if you are Michael Myers.
I'm not, but if I
Yes.
was, but I'm not, but if
It's
I
a
was.
good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you. So in Mason, so I graduated from Mason High School, and there's this road that's supposedly haunted I believe it's called Lick Road or something like that.
I think I know the one
Heard
you're
that?
talking about, yeah.
Is that Lick Road? Okay, yeah. So Natalie, our producer, is from same area as me. But a group of friends and I went out to this Lick Road very late at night, and we were walking on this road, and there's a little bridge. I am actually I have had a fear of bridges. I'm overcoming it as I get older. But my friends decided to play prank on me, and it was pitch black, couldn't see anything, didn't have any flashlights, and they dipped out and left me on the bridge by myself.
Oh.
I cried. I literally got into a fetal position. and slowly crawled back to the car. So that's what scares me. Bridges, not so much the haunted road.
That is so much worse than what I did. Oh, that's so mean.
No, it's not.
I know. Andy, you're cruel. You're a cruel,
So
cruel
what
man.
we're saying is when Halloween comes around, we need to take you to a haunted house.
No, I'm fine with haunted houses. It was just the
Just
bridge.
the bridge,
that
so
scared
like
me.
we'll just take you to a bridge at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like those people. I'm like one of those people that when I go to haunted houses, I like call out things before they happen. I'm like, someone's about to jump out of that corner.
You say that.
I
I was the
ruin
one
it.
who edited a lot of videos of you when you went to Kings Island, the haunted house.
I
No-
did that on purpose so that.
Sure.
I had so many like screenshots of you just mid scream.
Yeah, those are fun though. I
are.
think it's different though because they kind of. I'm distracted, taking people through, doing my job, and then they pop out. I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, when I do haunted houses, I just spend the entire time sarcastically saying things in Spanish. Because that makes it
I can
easier
totally
for
see
me.
that.
Like my whole Cuban comes out. It's great. It's fun. Though when I was living in Nebraska, fun fact, Children of the Corn takes place in Nebraska, around the area where I was living in.
Oh, that's so
So we
cool.
did a haunted corn maze around Halloween. And I had just finished watching Children of the Corn. And I told my friends, if a little pioneer boy comes out of the corn, I'm getting on the nearest flight and leaving here forever.
Yeah, Children of the Corn is
Yeah.
Great movie.
It is.
great movie, but wouldn't want to live it.
No.
All right, let's move on because we've got to get to some sweets now.
This is a Your Day Code Red ice cream emergency. So Dairy Queen has decided to discontinue their cherry dipped ice cream. Have you ever had this? The
No, I
sweet
have
treat?
not.
No, I haven't.
But have you ever seen it?
I probably have. I can't think of it, but I'm sure I have.
You never finished a soccer game when you were 8 years old and went to a Dairy Queen afterwards, even though you lost?
So I get like the chocolate dipped cones. I
Yeah.
just don't get the cherry.
Is it
Yeah.
the same thing with the cherry?
It has to. I haven't worked there, but I assume.
Okay. See, I'm not Dairy Queen aficionado.
Like, there's not much to this story. They are discontinuing it.
This is for a second time they're discontinuing it.
However, in the release where they said that they were discontinuing it, they did say if there was enough interest from the public, we can bring it back. So
it's one of those.
It's one of
Yeah,
those.
I was gonna say I
think.
think they just
Okay.
do it for attention. Honestly, love you GQ, don't come for me. But I mean, because they discontinued it a while ago and then brought it back, I think in like 2021 or something, and then it was a big hot commodity, and then now they're discontinuing again. So maybe every time it starts to slow down, they're like, we're gonna make it go away and then bring it back.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I want to get one now, and I've never had one.
Well,
see,
next time they bring it
Yeah,
back.
companies do that all the time. We're like, oh, if we're going to discontinue it,
Yep.
then everyone clamors for it. And they're
Taco
like,
Bell nacho
never
fries.
mind.
In the
Exactly.
post, of course, we posted this article on Facebook, and we had people posting screenshots of them getting it. And because it's not gone yet, they're still serving it today as of this time. So, I mean, if it's gone, if they get rid of somebody's favorite ice cream, I'm sorry. I feel for you, but I don't.
I'm sure there's other cherry options
Yes.
for you.
Dipped. I don't know.
Not
That's,
I mean, you
dipped,
could
but-
probably do that at home. Figure out a way to do it.
Yeah, just I don't know how
The
that
soft
even
serve
works.
machine at
What
home?
do you do?
Yeah, why not?
I wonder how much those cost. I would definitely
We'll
prefer.
look that up.
We-
and
we should
comment
look-
on this.
yeah.
We should
Yeah.
look that up for the station.
Yeah.
That's my job. I'll just comment on this afterwards.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right. Well, interesting. I mean, I definitely would try it. I liked dipped ice cream. I get like the twist cone and then dip in chocolate. So good. I love that it's ice cream season again. All right, so we're going to move on to my last story. It involves cars. The newest BMW will apparently let drivers change lanes just by using their eyes. So no steering wheels needed. It's the unveiling of the new 5 Series sedan. They highlighted the car's optional highway assistance system, saying it allows drivers to go long distances on major highways without touching the steering wheel or pedals. Drivers will be able to change lanes on the highway just by looking at one of the vehicle's outside mirrors. The fully electric BMW 5 Series will be available for the starting price of $67,000 beginning in October.
So here's my question. What if you see a really catchy billboard and you get distracted for
Yeah.
a second?
I mean, anything.
Yeah.
If you just look in your mirror to check, just like look at your surroundings,
Yeah.
I'm going to be nervous that my car is going to run into another car.
Well, I imagine the way it works is you probably have to, activate the clicker and then you look and it'll do it for you. So, at that point, like, what's the big deal? Instead of doing this, just a very slight
require
turn,
much.
I just have to. I'd rather just turn the wheel.
It's just a new
Yeah.
way of being lazy.
It's it's just the lazification of America,
Lazification.
which is again my old man thing of like, we don't need this. Who asked for this?
Yeah.
Are we that lazy in this country where we need
We
AR
are.
to drive us?
Yeah, we are.
It makes no sense. Granted, probably someone said this when the cars came around with the horse and buggy. So
That's fair.
Maybe in 50 years, we're going to look back and think, oh, those people that...
Remember when we had to use our hands to
Right?
drive the car?
Like,
Once again, you can be on your, soapbox. We're all lazy. We don't need the. I'm gonna get in my soapbox and say I could see this being a great idea. I'm assuming there are sensors on the car that will detect whether or not anyone's, in that blind spot, and if it detects,
Yeah.
hey, you are good to merge, it'll automatically do that. That could make the roads much safer.
It could.
I can see the benefit of this.
yeah, but haven't there been already issues with self-driving cars and crashes?
Yep.
Yes.
Just the technology. I don't think the technology is there yet.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it's going to be available beginning in October, that's pretty fast. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
they've been working on this for a while. Obviously, with self-driving cars, we've seen a lot of pros and cons. But I just really don't feel like it's necessary.
I mean, luckily, there won't be that many on the road because it's like $70,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to drive one, would you?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Would you?
I would drive it in a controlled setting. Like if you gave that to me in like a racetrack, sure.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm also one of those people that I am very anti. Like, I don't think I would want to drive a self-driving car at all because I get really sleepy when I'm driving, or not even driving, when I'm in the car. Sorry, not driving, while I'm in the car. So I feel like if I'm not actually like paying attention,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like dozing off over here, and then next thing I know, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, yeah.
my car's gonna be going crazy. So it's
Yeah.
probably for the best that I don't get a driving
Probably
car. Would you guys not get tired just sitting there? I get so bored in the car.
I don't know if it might make me more engaged. It's like, ooh, it's like a little game. I just gotta look over
Yeah.
there. Ooh, there it goes. it could be more
Okay.
fun.
A little game.
Yeah.
A little
So if
game.
you see Max on the road, just know he's treating it like a game.
It is. It makes driving
The
fun.
game of life,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, goodness.
but with dire consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's about that time. We are going to talk about our love and hates for the week. Andy, you want to start this off?
Yeah, I'll start off. My love for the week is it's Memorial Day weekend. The weather's getting nice, which means I get to do my favorite activity on the weekends, which is pretty much just sit on my balcony listening to Jimmy Buffett for hours at a time. It
Love
is
that for you.
perfect.
Yep. And what is your hate?
My hate for the week is the Miami Heat keep losing to the Celtics after being up 3-0.
Sports.
So I hate that they did not sweep the Celtics, but they still have a couple more chances to make it to the finals. So I will be watching that this weekend.
You're just going to be moping around at your place, drinking and listening to Jimmy Buffett
And watching the Heat.
and watching the Heat. Got
Nothing
it.
better.
My love and hate of the week are the same thing. When Tej was doing an interview with a comedian, he has many followers, you see, and at the end of this interview, the comedian put his arms up and said, "Oh, wait!" And Tej looked at him and said, I don't know what that means.
I'm sure you guys have seen this on our
Yes.
social media because we have been just making fun of him, tearing him apart for this.
On one hand, it's very, very funny. On the other hand, it's so embarrassing.
Yeah, because he's been in Ohio for a year now.
Yes,
so
over a
he-
year.
He should know that at this point. I mean, I'm
You would
sure
think.
he's heard it somewhere, somehow.
We are getting comments from people, other half of the country, saying, I knew that. I don't know, Tej.
Yeah, he did get a really mean email from someone,
Yeah.
which was kind of disappointing because it's an honest mistake at the end of the day. And we have been teaching him things left and right about Ohio since this mistake. So All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that's your love and your hate.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So my love for the week is my niece Zoe is turning 6, so we're going to be celebrating her tomorrow. Gonna go get her some earrings and just excited to celebrate her. She's the sweetest little girl. So I'm excited to celebrate her and see her tomorrow. My hate. Pretty much every week is just the lack of sleep. I actually have a few hates, actually. Tage, for one. Nick bringing up being my pool boy again. Lack of sleep. Nathan on vacation. Multiple things. But you know what? It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Way to end us
it's
on
the
a high note.
weekend.
Come on, Alex, get on your feet.
Yeah, I'm going to go golfing after this, so that's going to be
Ooh.
nice. Okay, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. It's Memorial Day weekend. Most people, or a lot of people, go out, have barbecues, treat it as if it's the start of summer. But it's also a good reminder that it is a day and a weekend to remember our fallen soldiers. And, if you're celebrating the start of summer, having barbecues or whatever, just take a moment to think about the people that have gone before us.
Yep.
Both my grandpas were veterans, and I think they would want us to grill out. I would always go over to their house.
That's what this country's about.
Yeah.
So,
Grilling out, barbecues. Oh, yeah.
They'd always cook ribs. I'm like, you know what? This one's for you. Eat some ribs.
All right, that's your final thought. All right, my final thought is pretty much the same thing. I hope everyone enjoys the long weekend, taking the time to honor those who have lost their lives serving. Whether you have Monday off or not, hopefully you have find some time to spend in the sun. I know I'm going to be at the pool all weekend. It's going to be wonderful. So, all right. And thanks for listening to Your Day Extra. This is a Dayton 24/7 Now podcast. Make sure you like our Your Day social media accounts and subscribe to this podcast. Again, I'm Alex King.